Hey everyone, so this look is one that was highly requested after I wore it in my last Shiv's Tricks video, the one about correcting your lip line, and it's created using some products from the new Sleek collection, which is the Nude Collection, which is pretty much the autumn one I think, and this is more or less exactly how I had it on in that video, maybe a tiny bit more dramatic. I think I may have went a little bit more overboard with the black, but it's using the same products and the same technique, so you can see exactly how I did it more or less from watching this video. So before I start with the eyeshadow, for getting my skin prepared, I first moisturise, let it set in, and at the moment I've been using the Revlon Colorstay foundation loads, which kind of surprised me because I had tried this like well over a year ago, wasn't bonkers about it, did like it, but the colours were so off. But I must have just darkened ever so slightly over the previous 6 months or so, because this, which is the colour Buff number 150, is a pretty decent match for me at the moment. So just to show anyone else who's similar colouring to me, this is Max NC15 of the Studio Fix Fluid. And then this is the Revlon Colorstay in Buff. So if you can see, this one just looks very, very kind of, it's just too obvious against my skin. I mean, when it's on my face, I think it looks too yellow, but I actually think it looks kind of pinky beigey there. Whereas this one is more of a grey tone, which might sound a bit scary, but believe it or not, a lot of us pale yellow undertone girls are actually more grey undertoned rather than full on yellow. So you can see that just matches well in with the rest of my skin tone, so I've been loving this. Then I haven't put any concealer underneath my eye because as much as I love the Sleek eyeshadows, they will fall out, it's just the way they are. And then for just concealing blemishes, again it's another Revlon product and I've been using the Photo Ready. And I'm number 2, which is in light or pale. So I used the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki, which is one of my favourite all-time foundation brushes to apply the foundation, and then just a Siobhán 863 brush, which is the same as the MAC 224 brush, so it doesn't really matter which brand you use, they're all the same thing, but this is what I nearly exclusively use now for concealer lately. It's just an amazing brush. So going ahead with the eyes now. For primer, I use my BH Cosmetics Eye and Lip Primer, which is something I use 9 times out of 10, I'd say, unless I consciously make a decision to use a different type of primer. So obviously it's the Sleek palette that I'm using, and this is the new Au Naturel one from the Nude Collection, and it's just all these beautiful like autumnal natural nudie tones. Really, really beautiful, and this is going to be permanent collection. So this is dark kind of burgundy brown colour. Then this olivey green, I'll be using that white as a highlight, and a little bit of this for the inner corner, so I'll get it started with that. Apply my highlight first. I tend to apply the highlight first always, just because it means that I can use that same brush again without having to clean it in between colours. Then for the inner corner of the eye, I did actually apply a little bit of concealer just in here, not underneath the eye, because I have veins that show through, and it'll also act as a base for eyeshadow. So I'm just applying that champagne-y colour from the top right hand corner, and that'll also help conceal any of the blue that is still showing through any of the concealer. And it gives a really beautiful shine effect as well. So then for the main part of the lid, I'm going in with that beautiful dark burgundy colour and put it all over the moving part of the lid. I'm going to apply a teeny weeny bit of that highlight back there to the inner corner just to help blend the two together. Then for my crease colour, I'm going to go into that gorgeous olive tone eyeshadow and apply it to the tip of a blending brush. So this is the SS217, or whatever the new name is for it by Sigma, but it's the same as the 217 by MAC. Again, it really doesn't matter what brand you go for, they're all the same pretty much. And then just run that back and forth over where you applied that burgundy in the crease. And if you get a clean 224, this works really well for blending out any harsh edges. So you can just run that along the edge. I usually like to apply coal to the waterline at this stage before applying any under eye eyeshadow. So apply it to the bottom waterline and also to the top waterline. So now using a tiny wee smudge brush, and this is my NYX smudge brush, I'm going to go into that olive green colour and apply it underneath that lower lash line. Bring it right up in between the lashes so that there's no gaps of skin showing through. So now at this stage it's time to add some of the black from the palette, and I'm going to use the same smudge brush that I've been using. MAC do a similar brush, I can't remember the name, the number of it offhand, but just any small wee stiffish brush, and then use the tip of that brush and draw along the lash line. You could use an angled brush as well for this, or any flat liner brush. And because these sleek eyeshadows are so soft and so creamy, even though they're powdered, they really adhere to the skin so well. So this actually looks like, you know, a black eyeliner over the eye. Using the same brush, I'm going to pack that black onto the outer corner. And by pack I mean really pack it on, like pat the colour on, so that when you go ahead and blend out the black in a minute, there's going to be a good base of that black down first. And then go in with your blending brush. So I'm going to go in with the 217 dupe and then just go back and forth in the crease. So once the eyes are done, I'm going to just do my eyebrows using this taupey brown, which is above that olive colour I'd been using. It's a very taupe colour, it's quite ashy, and just run it through my brows with an angled brush and just neaten out that last tail area. Apply your mascara. You can apply this really heavily as well to the top lashes especially. Lashes can sometimes tend to disappear in front of really dark eyeshadows, so you really want to define them and make them as noticeable as possible. So once you're totally finished with the eyes, you can just clean up any eyeshadow that may have fallen down onto your base. This is why we don't apply concealer until afterwards. You might need to reapply a little bit of your foundation, but that's no bother because you haven't powdered yet. So for the cheeks, I'm going to use the blush that came in the collection, and this is the colour Suede. It's a really beautiful neutral toned blush. It's very similar to like some of those MAC ones that would be more on the neutral side, but this has slightly more peach tone to it, so maybe a little bit like Tenderling or stuff like that, but a little bit more, slightly more on the peach side. But it comes up really nice and natural on the cheeks, and it's matte, which is great for daytime. So just smile and apply it to the apple of your cheek. I love this brush for applying blusher. It's the MAC 131 like duo fibre brush. It was limited edition, but I know Sigma do. Sigma does the equivalent of it, which is the F15, which is the exact same thing. So an absolutely amazing brush to have for powder products. Gives a really nice light application. Then for the lips, I'm going to be using the tinted lip balm that came with the Sleek collection as well, but I'm just going to apply MAC Subculture lip line just really lightly to perfect the outline of my lip. And then once that's on, I'm going to use this Bare Minimum tinted lip balm, which I absolutely love. Even nicer smell than the last one I had. And And just apply that all over the lips. So it just gives a really nice, natural, glossy finish. So that's the look pretty much completed. So I hope you like this video, guys. Thanks a million for watching, and as always, you'll see a list of all the products used on Letzmakeup.com. But in the meantime, thanks a million for watching. See you soon, guys. Slán.